hinges creak on doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present. Alas, some of our residents can be frightfully shy. Perhaps some of you can recall when we discussed the elusive Hatbox Ghost. If not, I have to caution you. There may be some spoilers ahead.
A thumping sound attracted my attention. I turned to run out of the attic, but another image blocked my way. He was a large, cloaked figure whose head disappeared from his shoulders and appeared in a hat box he held in his hand.
When the Haunted Mansion opened its doors in 1969, many guests encountered one of our more elusive residents. He was a cloaked figure with an evil grinning face, and a hat box hung from his hand. This strange spirit was sighted a few times when the mansion first opened. Then, mysteriously, he vanished from our ghostly retreat, with little evidence he had ever roamed our haunted halls, aside from whispers and rumors.
Bingo bango! Give me some light! Uncle Scrooge, you're gonna want to see this!
Dewey!
Uncle Scrooge?
For decades, the legend of the Hatbox Ghost continued to spread until 2015. That's when the Hatbox Ghost reappeared in the attic, practicing his terror with ghoulish delight. This wouldn't be the only ghost to rematerialize at the Haunted Mansion. Listen closely as I recount the mystery of Miss April December.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying. And this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying.
A changing portrait is any painting found throughout our mansion that starts with one image, then goes through a strange metamorphosis into something far more gruesome. For example, while visiting the Haunted Mansion, you may encounter the infamous Medusa, who starts out as a delicate damsel, then transforms into a frightening Gorgon. Individuals exploring the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square may also be familiar with this beautiful maid. In the spring, she appears pleasant and proper. In the summer months, she's far more familiar and flirtatious. In the fall, our model seems much more venerable and versed, perhaps matriarchal. Then, in the winter, her appearance is grizzled and gray. It's a classic tale of mortality. The lady's name? Miss April December.
That age is best which is the first, when youth and blood are warmer, but being spent the worse, and worse times still succeed the former.
The onslaught of age is a struggle discussed in books, on stage, and in the cinema.
There's nothing tragic about being 50. Not unless you try to be 25. Goodbye, Norma.
No one ever leaves a star. That's what makes one a star. Joe!
Most mortals choose to experience age with a certain sense of elegance. Still others are less graceful, struggling to recognize their own face in the mirror. Many of our guests have noticed some similarities between Miss April December and the portrait of the aging man that's become infamous in the Haunted Mansion in the Magic Kingdom. As people enter the lobby, they encounter the portrait of a young and dashing individual. As they view the portrait, a grim voice fills the room.
Well done, fool. foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host.
Guests listen intently while watching the portrait age and eventually transform into something far more cadaverous in appearance. Now, before we continue on our journey, I'd like to ask our viewers a question. How many of you are familiar with the story of Dorian Gray? It's a literary masterpiece by Oscar Wilde. Motivated by vanity, young Dorian trades his soul for eternal youth. Over the course of several years, a cursed portrait of Dorian grows increasingly more hideous and broken down. The painting bears the ill effects of aging and provides a fierce record of his sinful lifestyle. The portrait of our calendar girl could be something of a female counterpart to Dorian Gray, at least superficially. Miss April December is also a member of a cruel cabal known as the Sinister 11. She's a constituent of a creepy collection of cutthroats, rogues, and ne'er-do-wells. Typically, their portraits can be discovered hanging somewhere in the halls of the Haunted Mansion, but on occasion, they've been known to disappear. Like in the year 2005, when the portrait of Miss April December just disappeared. Several mortals started to speculate about the whereabouts of the painting. Some thought they might have caught a glimpse of it outside a pirate auction, but those rumors have been proved incorrect. Others may have spotted the portrait in New Orleans Square in a small shop called Port Royale's Curios and Curiosities. It's a strange shop that specializes in the paranormal and the macabre. Then, almost serendipitously in the month of April of 2021, Miss April December reappeared in the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square. This time she found a new home, greeting guests as they board their doom buggies. Oh, that reminds me. Your carriage has arrived to carry you into the boundless realms of the supernatural. Once on board, remain safely seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your doom buggy. And remember to subscribe to Retro Spectrum so you don't miss a single video highlighting the residents of the Haunted Mansion.